Apparently, the phone calls to Republican members of the United States Senate by Pete Hegseth's mommy were not good enough. Apparently, those phone calls did not change enough minds, which, is kind of shocking, right? You would think that somebody's mommy having to call senators and say, "You better appoint my son, dagnabbit," would be enough. But it's not. So according to a new report from Raw Story, Hegseth's former colleagues at Fox News have now started calling Republican senators, telling them what a super awesome, totally not alcoholic guy Pete Hegseth is. Now, the reason this is important is, of course, because you did have some Fox News colleagues of Pete Hegseth come out in a recent report saying that there were at least a dozen times when he would go on the air and we could smell alcohol on his breath. And we're talking about a guy that was on the air at 5 a.m. on the weekends. So either he was out all night drinking or he just woke up exceptionally early to knock a few back, according to these employees. But the general theme that these former or current Fox News people, I should say, had to tell was that Pete Hegseth had a drinking problem. But he has totally come out, by the way, and said that if I get this job as the Secretary of Defense, I'm not going to be drinking anymore. Yeah, totally believable, man. But anyway, these Fox News colleagues are calling up Republican senators trying to downplay all of these horrible accusations against Hegseth. Republican Senator Ron Johnson told Raw Story that Hegseth's Fox colleagues got in touch with him, and he considers them pretty solid references, given that they work with him daily. "I think most of us have a bias towards supporting the president's nominees. I think there's no doubt that Pete's doing a good job meeting people, And I would say also his colleagues at Fox who they reached out to me and really giving him just stellar recommendations." Republican Senator Kevin Cramer told Raw Story one Fox colleague had reached out to him directly and the senator had called 3 more. "They love him," he said. "It's very reassuring." Meanwhile, Democratic Senator Jon Tester had this to say: "They're going to do what they're going to do. I just hope that the person who gets in that position, they're up for the task and the job. It's a really important damn job, and that's the point. It isn't good guy, bad guy, doesn't matter. You got to be up for the job." And what I love about that is that Tester's like, listen, anybody could literally have their friends make a phone call and be like, "Hey, no, this is a totally cool guy." Listen, I'm sure if you called my good friends, they would all tell you like, "No, Farron's great. You should definitely love him. He's wonderful." But maybe if you called somebody that wasn't biased towards me, maybe they'd give you a different response. I'm sure if you look at some of the comments on my Instagram videos and you called those people, they would tell you that I'm absolutely a horrific, liberal snowflake who hates America. But this is what we're dealing with now. Hegseth's nomination is in such turmoil that both his mommy and his best buddies in the whole wide world are having to call the Senate to beg them to please give our special little guy a spot in Trump's cabinet. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.